What is going on, people? Back in here again with another live stream. We about to get off in it. As always, this stream is sponsored by B School for Hustlers. And this is something that we got cooking right to this weekend. If you act now also, if you're already in B School for Hustlers, this will be included in your B School for Hustlers package. So you don't, if you're already in the corporate toolbox, you don't have to do anything. You're going to be getting it. And this Tuesday, we're going to do a live webinar on how to set up your YouTube business where you can save massively on your earned income. Links below. And also, for those of you who don't want to get in the toolbox, I got a 50% promo code. Links below. It's good until Tuesday. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on tonight. I've been looking at a lot of these YouTube advertisements of all these people who are making all of this money, right? And I'm consistently seeing like, oh, so-and-so's making 100 too. And I'm just like, I live in America. I have a friend who's a recruiter. I have spoken extensively to my banker. And I'm just like, not that many people are making this money. So one of the things I want to bring to your attention, let me see if I can get off in it. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Aha. All right. So I'm going to give you all the website for this. But these are the numbers. These are the numbers, right? This is from the Internal Revenue Service. You may have to blow up your screen. But out of 153 million returns submitted, all right, we've got the number of people who make less than, let's go ahead and see. Let me go ahead and add up the number. Well, I don't really have to do all that. There's 13 million people who make 75 and up to 100, and 100 to 200, all right? This is this spot right here. There's 21 million people, couples, whatever, that make 100 to 200,000, okay? And then when you get to 200 to 500,000, there's 6.9 million. And then when you get to a million, when you get to 500,000 to a million, there's only 1.1 million. And when you get to 1 million under 1.5 million, it's 241,000 people. And then when you get to 1.5 to 2 million, it's 98,000. And then you get to 2 to 5 million, there's 142,000. That's interesting. And I actually know why that is. Once you start making your first million, it's easier to make more millions. And then when you get to 5 to 10 million, it's only 34,000 people. 34,000 people, couples, because it doesn't really break down as these individuals or families or couples or whatever. And then when you get to 10 million more, it's 22,000 people. See, this is the thing that got me, right? I'm listening to all this stuff online, and I'm listening to all this stuff, and these people are talking about they're making all this money, and I'm just sitting there like, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. I don't know about that. So I went, because, essentially, thank you, Dante J. I'm about, you're going to love next Tuesday. We're going to get into it. Business, travel, wellness. Hey, it is what it is. What about use to work my paychecks to deposit them in my business bank account? Dante J, when you deposit capital like that, capital that's already been taxed, it's not going to be taxed because you're adding it to your business. That's a capital investment. I mean, you can do it, but it ain't really, you got to do some more strategies. At work, I overheard one of my female employees talk about how she's a sugar. Oh man, they kill me. And also, this information brings to light there's only like 6 million, almost 7 million. Well, actually, we don't know the breakdown. Let's just go ahead and split it down the middle. Let's say that, well, I already know that it's mostly men making this money. So let's go ahead and say there's 5 million men making between 200 and 500,000. That would move you into being the possibility of being a sugar daddy. So there's 5 million men, and there's probably 30 million women who want to be sugar babies. 30 million. Thank you, KJ. Lil Trey Beats. Hey, my business is growing. I'm starting to make around 200 to 400 per day gross, but I haven't started an LLC. Should I go ahead and start a holding company, LLC, corp? How to figure out the salary? Little Trey, yeah, you need to get into the corporate toolbox. You need to go over there ASAP. Essentially, this year is a wrap. So you're going to have to file taxes as a sole proprietor, because if you start an LLC, they ain't really going to help you. I don't know how much Kevin makes. What's up? What's up? Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. Some of them probably playing the game to look broke. Oh, yeah. Also, for those of you who've been missing Disruptive Mail, I'm getting ready to crank up the channel, upload a new video today, and I'm going to start posting on there, because essentially this is going to happen. I've renamed the channel Disruptive Mail, and I'm going to do 2 parts. I'm going to post on Disruptive Mail in YouTube friendly fashion, I hope, because YouTube be removing my thumbnails like crazy. Like I had this one crazy thumbnail. She had a big old booty and she had some wings on. They removed it. She had clothes on. YouTube be hating. YouTube be hating. Pretty much. The Mentalist, what do you think about investing your money in a certification rather than a college degree? I don't know if you guys remember when A+ certification came out, but I used to work with a chick in a hospital, and she went ahead and got her A+ certification, and she was making $25,000. And with her A+ certification, she went up to 50. She literally doubled her salary. So certifications can be a great way for you to dramatically increase your income. Pretty much, Jukebox Hero. Pretty much. Once again, everyone, the link is below. We will be discussing this Tuesday night. It will be a live webinar if you've got any questions you want to ask. And there are many of you who want consults on the community page. I put the consulting information for those of you who want that. Yes, only 22 million. It makes you wonder about all these people on YouTube and Instagram talking about, I'm a billionaire. Really? Yeah, I'm a multimillionaire and I'm going to become a billion. I'm like, really? 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 I don't think so. I don't think so. If DoorDash starts a sole proprietorship when you start working for them, does it belong to you or DoorDash? As DoorDash is a corporation, this much I know. And if you're working as a sole proprietor, that's going to belong to you. What did Kevin do this weekend, the Fluent One? What did Kevin do? YouTube has been very conservative. People are supposed to be broke, yet every man and his dog has a new car. Lil Trey Beats, you want to start next year because, I mean, essentially, you got 3 weeks left in this year that you started. And I mean, just go ahead. You could start it now, but you're going to have to file taxes as a sole proprietor for this year. Day one. Yeah, certifications are a great way to boost your salary. Hey, I had to get some mods up here. Yeah, because see, one of the things is I went ahead and I showed you these numbers, and I will give you the link. I will give you the link to the website. It's the Internal Revenue Service. Essentially, every year they do this. And also, it's interesting that they only had 154 million returns. This means that only 154 million people out of a country of 330 are working. Hey, certifications are a great way to double your income. So one of the reasons I did this is I was just kind of curious because if I wanted it to, and I'm not doing that because essentially this is one of the lessons I teach in the corporate toolbox. You don't want to take all the money out your company. So I'm only taking $360,000 out the company, and I have it in my operating agreement where I can take out one dividend a year. But that's going to be optional because if I wanted to, my income could be $1 million, and I would be part of that. Let me go ahead and say, let's see, where would that put me if I took that much out? Because at the 360,000, I'm part of that 6.9 million. And if I was to ratchet up to 500,000, if I was to ratchet up to 500,000, that would put me in the 1.1 million. And if I got to 1.5 million, it dramatically drops from 1.1 million to 240,000. So if I wanted to, my income could be $1 million, but it doesn't make any sense to take that much money out of the company because I would expose all that to taxes. If I took it out, like there's a way I can take it out and pay less taxes. I can do salary plus a dividend and only pay 15% on the dividends. That's one way to do it. But, I don't really need that much money. Oh, yeah. What percent of you? I figured that this is why I'm giving you this information, because everyone talking about, I'm like, these internet marketers have people feeling like they can make, 100,000. There's only 21 million people. And let me tell you who these people are. They're your doctors. They're your attorneys. They're your police chiefs. They're your internet. They're your principals. Principals make 6 figures a year. They're your college deans, your college professors. Most of the people who are in that $100,000 to $200,000 range have jobs, and they have high-paying jobs. Thank you. I'm getting ready to light up the Instagram. Yep, I'm gonna be posting some more. Like here it is, man. We three weeks from the new year, and there's still no stimulus package. Still no stimulus package. Oh, LJ, Americans are known, like people be lying on their credit apps all day long. They be lying. They be like fibbing. Yeah, like I make all of this. No, you don't. Managers, sales managers, text trades. The majority of the people in that $100,000 to $200,000 range have jobs. The majority. Because there ain't that, when you compare the population that hold to business owners, there's not that many business owners out there. Tax cows. Principals make bread. I did a resume for one. Yeah, principals make six figures. Some of these college presidents are making $1 million a year. Nick Saban, the coach for Alabama, makes $10 million a year. Nobody's coming to save you. That's correct. No checks coming from Uncle Sam this year. IT people make $100K. Once again, we're going to see what happens with Georgia. And if the Democrats can get the Senate, then you will see the mother of all stimulus packages. But if they don't, we will see more of what's going on. Elena B, if I wanted to pay myself a bonus, I could. See, here's the thing about becoming a corporate citizen. I'm actually, I actually compensate myself what I feel that essentially you get to eat what you kill. And if you ain't making no money, you don't eat. But if I wanted to, I could pay myself a bonus. But I would not consider it a bonus because bonuses are taxed like crazy. So I would not give myself a bonus, but I would give myself additional income through a dividend from my company. That's how I would do it. Dude, I'm actually surprised. See, here's the thing, man. There are not that many business owners. Like most of the people in that $100,000 to $200,000 range have jobs. Empire J, you at 15K a month, that makes you at 185. You're part of that 21 million that's making 100 to 200,000. That's funny. I made 67 and felt like it was. I'm going to tell you why. Because you earned 67, but you only took home probably 48. And that's why you don't feel like it's that much. Marcus C, I got to go through that and see who's paid up and who's eligible for consults. So I got to do an audit. I'm dreading that because I hate doing that, but I got to do that. So I'm going to do that probably tomorrow. So stated income. Yep. Awesome, Muhammad. Engineer appliance. I'm in the corporate toolbox. I have to do things a little different, playing on a smaller level. My holding company acts as a registered agent, and I have working capital along against the operating company. There's many ways you can do this. Well, the training that I'm going to do Tuesday is going to teach you how to set up a YouTube company. And I'm going to get really specific, and I'm going to share everything you need to do. So that's one of the ways. Right now, real estate agents are making a lot of money because people are buying houses like it's going out of style. If you're buying a house between 250 and 350,000, you may be in a bidding war. Real estate agents are making bread right now. Real estate agents, mortgage loan officers, they're making bread right now. There's no voter fraud. I mean, essentially, once you become a corporate citizen, you can grant yourself whatever you want. What's your net profits, Mark Christopher Atkins? What's your net profits? Because like if you got high expenses and your expenses are like 60,000 a month, that means you're gonna bring home 8. And after taxes, you're not bringing home that. So what's your expenses? Oh, okay. I had a feeling because see, one of the things is that I remember having this conversation with a lot of people who had these Amazon businesses and they had high sales velocity, but their net was garbage. I'm talking 5 and 6%. I'm just like, who lives on that? Oh, oh, okay. All right, all right. Yeah, real estate is booming right now. If you're a real estate agent that's been in the game for a minute, if you were a loan officer, y'all making money right now because essentially, here's the thing. Right now, we have the highest mortgage delinquency rate in the last 20 years, which includes the last recession. So right now, mortgage defaults are higher than they were during the last recession. However, due to the CARES Act, these people are being protected. And at some point, because I foresee this, I see that they're going to create some additional stimulus package that's going to protect these people for 2021. And this is why I don't think that the real the housing crisis is going to start rolling into 2022, 2023, 2024, because these people are being protected. You're going to have people who are going to be up in their houses for a year or two and not pay their mortgage. And then once the foreclosure stuff starts, this is going to take years. It's going to take years. Seeing, do what you need to do. You got time, effort, and energy. Do what you need to do. Robbie Rob, Home Depot, Lowe's had record years. You know why? Because people are redoing their homes. They're redoing their homes. But one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you about income, because essentially my old banker, who was hilarious, used to be talking about all these people who would come in for loans and they had no money. She used to crack me up. Yeah, 15K a year is rough. It's rough with the average rent being 1,500. 15K a year ain't gonna cut it. But let's see. Good Lord. Man, I'm not even worried about it. I ain't getting the stimulus. They don't live on it. What are you talking about? Like one of the things I'm getting ready to do, and you guys in the corporate toolbox are going to love this, is we're going to start talking about developing business credit. Right now, I've got an experiment that I'm working on. I've got 2 business credit, and I'm probably before the end of the year, I'm going to have 3. Because with my trading company, I'm going to get business credit because I'm going to do something a little crazy. But I'm going to get, because honestly, I have one personal credit card that I use for personal expenses, but I really enjoy the business credit product because, you know, I could spend like these rims that I'm getting. That was like almost $10,000 because I had to pay for the rims up front, right? But I used the Divvy corporate card, right? And I spent 10, but I still have 140,000 left. So it's a different feel when you use a business credit card because I bought those rims in the business name because it's going to be a business expense. All right. Also, let me go ahead and put this out here. On Savage Finance, I've got like 27 videos in the holding company section. So when I post certain things on my community page, and some people be acting like, you smarter than me. You acting like you smarter than me. Let me just say this. You watching me, I ain't watching you. I am smarter than you. If that makes you feel some kind of way all up in your feelings, goodbye. Have a good life. Move on. Next. Because I'm not tolerating that. Because essentially, if you were following the content, you would understand the things that I post. Oh yeah, because I'm going to be talking about this because I got to get like the Forex videos are probably going to release just a week before Christmas. I've seen news stories. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of news stories because a lot of landlords are not getting paid, and their houses are leveraged, and this leverage ain't looking good. There's a Now I have three friends in real estate, and two of my friends renting high end properties. Their properties start at 450. That's the market I want to get in. They have not had the late payment. Now my friend who's dealing with the average income people, half his units people haven't paid. And this causing him some problems because he's already gone through his reserves. He's already gone through his reserves. And next 6 months, he could be one of those people. He could have 10 properties foreclosed on. I don't know anything about Amazon FBA or drop shipping. That's why I don't talk about it. I don't really know anything about it. I know that it's hard. I know that. Alan Jackson, what you do is go on the Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and look for what the stuff is selling for. And you got to look because essentially this is the formula. Like if a bedroom set sold for $1,200 new, the most I can get for it was used was maybe $500, regardless of the condition, because people have these pricing thresholds. So if you could get it new for $1,200, they're not going to, even if it's perfect, they're not going to pay $1,100 for it used. They're not going to pay $1,000 for it used. So a good rule of thumb is if you could sell it for 30% or 40%, in some brands, you can get 50% of what it was new. Like my living room couches, they cost $12,000. If I was trying to resell them, the most I could possibly get, maybe three, and I paid 12. So once you get on there, my tenants are still paying. All right, Joshua. Hey, sure thing, Sister Crystal. Yeah, that's what he's looking at because essentially he did not get into the forbearance issue because he's trying to wheel and deal and do certain things with his real estate. And if you take the forbearance, you can't do stuff. So he didn't take the forbearance, but he may be forced to take the forbearance. I started back on Forex trading this Forex trading next year. I lost 7K and I had to take a break. I wasn't patient. Yeah, because see, essentially, I'm going to start with a demo account. I'm not going to start, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue what I'm doing. So I'm going to start with a demo account. DD's wax. We can only take a few days left in the year and people still aren't broke and it just were before the pandemic. Now everything will put a fire. You know what? DD's Wax Studios LLC, I agree 100% because I talked about that people were broke for Thanksgiving. And what did they took? They took a break. I know 4 people who traveled out of town for Thanksgiving who have COVID now. It's crazy. So if I spent $1,500 on the Amazon FBA course before watching your content, you would have saved me a headache. How did that Amazon course work out for you? Have you made any money on Amazon? Synth Talks Finance. Synth Talks Finance. This is what I was talking about. Didn't I just say The people selling on Amazon FBA have razor thin margins. I was making 30K and my profit was 2.5K. Then I had issues after issues every day. See, this is my big problem with Amazon FBA. These razor, like Amazon is the Walmart of the internet. They're the Walmart of the internet. They sell on price. And so you were doing like 360K a year in gross sales, and you only were making $30,000 a year profit. To me, those are really bad margins. I mean, some people like, well, it's so fast, it's effortless. I like that. That's just a bad margin. If I make 30K, I'm going to bring home $29,500. I'm still researching that. Essentially, let me go ahead and I'm going to start. Let me go Forex. I just went to YouTube and here it is. This is the course that I am going to all right. Forex trading course, learn to trade step by step. This is what I'm watching.
Is it worth as much anymore now?
It's like 4 hours. This guy goes ahead and breaks it down what money is. He's doing a lot of foundational training. So this is what I'm doing for my Forex trading course, learn to trade step by step. Look at these comments. I'm going to make a living out of Forex. Mark my words. I'm tired of 9 to 5 p.m. jobs. I mean, it's funny because people don't understand that Forex is work. It's work, man. 100 pips a week on a 2.5 lot. So I don't even know what you just said, Chris Hill. I got to study all that. Yeah, I'm going to do a demo account with Forex before I risk any money. Amazon, yeah, it low margins, man. The course was Marketplace Heroes. Well, I mean, honestly, if you made $30,000 your first year, you didn't really lose any money spending that $1,500. I got my divvy for holding. If I use it for personal, how that's not commingling. Who's going to know if you're using your divvy credit card for personal stuff? Who's going to audit your financials? Like, here's the thing. Like, essentially, you can use your corporate card for personal stuff and it's not commingling. But you should, because essentially this is what I've done. I have a personal credit card, which I use for personal spending, but most of my spending is business spending anyway. So I'm like, that's kind of my deal. Most of my spending is business spending anyway. So that's how I'm doing it. And we just had someone sign up for a year's of free coaching. So that's going to go on. Yeah, Amazon's full of cheap stuff, man. It really is. Nope, Synth. So you stop doing it. Amazon, Synth talks finance. Let the people know how hard Amazon FBA is, because a lot of people think that it's easy, and a lot of people are pushing it. Because I'm going to start with a demo account. I'm not going to start with, because I understand. I know absolutely nothing about Forex. So I would be just crazy to go ahead and start a real account and start messing around. I'm just going to lose my money. Empire J, I've been watching a lot of Forex videos, and it seems that some people have caught on in a few months, but I'm going to do my demo accounts first. I'm just not going to risk any real money. Baby pips might be good to take a look at. Now, this is one of the things. Forex is difficult if you're not patient. Amazon FBR just look like 1%. I get a better return selling candy in high school. Hey, yep. You making a living off swing trading? How much you make? Because see, I'm not saying that you're not because I don't know you, but how much money do you actually make? Ashton Richardson, when you have a collection like this, you would make more money if you sell them individually. If you sell them as a lot, you're going to run across collectors who want to get a discount. So you will make more money to sell them individually versus a lot. Check out Tier 1 trading for Forex. I work with an influencer on their Amazon FB to sell some of those courses. Had to back out of it. Why'd you back out of it? Hey, we're going to see what happens with Forex, man. We're going to see what happens. Take your time. This is why I'm starting with a demo account. Now, I also know something that no one ever talks about. How big is your account size makes a huge difference in how much money you make. Because the thing that I've learned is you only risk a small percentage of your account, but the bigger your percentage is, the bigger your profits is. Synth talks. Every day you're walking on eggshells trying to get your supply to understand Amazon wants what Amazon wants and the worst business ever. Wow. Here's something from someone who actually did it. And I did videos talking about no eBay, no Amazon years ago. They're buried talking about that. All right, No Limit 3. Appreciate you. Oh. All right. I'll stick to appliance repair. My average ticket is $230 for 1.5 hours of work. That's good money. Forex makes money. I have a real account. Like, how much money? Because when I ask these questions, I get specific. I never get any answers. I just watched a video on the EU lawsuit against Amazon. Wow. It ain't going to die down because people need money, man. People need money. I start with 200. Like, how much money you making? Swing trading is sweet when you buy 1 to 2 year option contracts for quality stocks. Start to lose. My account is in the 6 figures, so you're right. It takes money to make money. This is something I noticed. That everyone that has these $20,000, $30,000, they have huge accounts. They're not doing this with $500. They're not doing it with $1,000. You do $2,500 a week. So, all right, let's go back to Amos Brown and Merkley. So let me ask you a question, Merkley Kamani. Do you actually withdraw $2,500 a week? Is that what you get to take out? Or is that what your account is growing? You can start a business for $0. You can start a business for $0. Johnny Bravo, Mr. That's funny. I'm just going to start with Forex. I'm not going to do Forex and swing trading because one of the things is I know how to apply myself to something, and Forex is going to be a lot to learn. Empire, a demo account allows you to simulate trading. It's like you're just playing around. You're doing your trading, and if you can, because you're not going to lose any money. A demo account is a paper account where you get to play in the Forex market. In your opinion, what is more profitable, selling something or creating something? Creating something, 100%. Creating something. Ms. Brown's the same with option trading. You need a high account. So you take 2,000 out a week. That's pretty good. Pretty much do the fake money. That was 10 million, 22,000 incomes. That was 22 million. I just pulled that up. Well, I'm going to start with a demo account before I get into risking any real money. Because one of the things is, I'm looking at a 2-year journey, to be honest. I know because I'm starting from scratch. I don't know anything. So this is why I want to keep my real business going while I learn how to trade in the background. Yeah, think of swim. I'm getting into it. Yeah, that was 10 million. Jukebox here. Fact, started my software as a service firm with $0 and a lot of work. When I started, I contacted like 50 prospects a day, probably got like 5 response for each 50 clients I reached out. It's rough in the beginning. Yeah, pretty much, Empire J. Pretty much. You must wake up at 3 a.m. for the London session. See, this is one of the things that like I'm going to ease off into it because let me just go ahead and tell you my plan. I'm going to learn how to trade, and once I learn, I'm going to teach it. So I'm looking at a 2 to 3 year journey. Oh, Steve Jamerson. I meant to tell you there was a company that I came across that would tell you how to set up a trading company. One of the course was 10K. The advanced stuff was 20K. I'm going to tell you why. Because essentially this is kind of the corporate toolbox type stuff. I'm just being a saint, letting people in to give this knowledge because another one, I got another person. I can't log into my account. Went and found out your payment failed. All right, let me just put this out here. You get the money management course. Like, I know where all my money is. I know how much money is in each checking account. I know what credit card, like most of my credit cards don't have a balance because I haven't used them. I know exactly where I stand in my financial wheelhouse. And I got people in here, payments are failing and they don't even know. And they act all surprised when they get booted out. It's cracking me up, man. But setting up a trading, because see, I'm going to do something different because the Internal Revenue Service has certain rules when you set up a LLC as an investment trading company. And sometimes you can get the favor of the Internal Revenue Service. Sometimes you can't. However, if you create a holding company structure, you can still get all those benefits, even though the Internal Revenue Service don't want to give them to you. Thank you, reigning woman. Glenda, you're going to kill it in the market. You got the right mindset. Demo account, patient, 2-year journey. Yeah, because essentially, for me, it's kind of easy because essentially what I'm going to do is probably trade 1 to 2 hours a day, demo account, before I start risking any money because I don't, and there's this girl. She put up a good Forex video. She said, if you need money, get a job. Don't do Forex because Forex is going to take some time. Hey, there's all kinds of stuff out here. Essentially, this is my morning routine. I wake up like my credit cards, like I'm only using 3 credit cards. I'm using 2 business credit cards and 1 personal account. And then I check my business account. It's just a routine. I wake up and I look and it's like, okay, this is okay. I mean, this is something you should do if you want to make some money. Took me 4 years to learn the most important thing in Forex, which is pacing. Johnson, December, how much money are you making? If you want to share, I really would love to know. Create a business, buy whole rental properties. And essentially, 2021, I may pull the trigger on my first Airbnb property because I've been doing a lot of research on it. And if I can make 5x what I would renting it, it would just make more sense to do Airbnb. Because essentially, people are still traveling. Planes are starting to fill back up. People getting out, man. People getting out. Silly question. You're looking at $2,000 to $3,000 a month if you want to make about 10 to 15K. Empire J. Because I know a lot of these people have these affiliate marketing channels. They act like, because when you start off with affiliate marketing and you don't know anybody, you don't have a following. Like one of the reasons that I did this stream tonight is to illustrate for me to make $200K a month for my YouTube channels. That's fantastical if you know what the average person makes. I started going through the money management course last night. It took me yeah, look at your debt, man. Look at your debt. No, I'm buying a property local. I got because essentially when I buy property, I'm going to create a property management company and hire people to do stuff. I'm not going to be doing all this stuff. This is one of the things I teach in the corporate toolbox. You got to act like a business owner. I'm doing the same in Tennessee for Airbnb vacation rentals, but the market is hot there. Need to make 5 or more bids to get in the door. Right now, real estate is going crazy. Right now, real estate is going bananas. There's a lot of people out there who are trying to buy a property and they're getting locked out the markets. They're getting locked out the markets. Because one of the things with income, like I said, I showed you the numbers. And I'm in the $2 to $3 million range. So there's only 1 million Americans in my position out of 330 million. I'm not part of the 1%. I am part of a fraction. You call it the 0.5%. 0.5%. Without blueprint or training, that's risky. What are you talking about, Erica? I'm not going to start Forex without doing a demo account and taking a training course. I'm not that crazy. My ego ain't that big because, like I said, I understand. I know absolutely nothing about Forex. What's your advice for people starting with you who have a lot of college debt? Start a service business. Start getting yourself some instant cash so you can retire this debt as fast as possible. Hey, Empire J, I was homeless. I started with zero. You put your mind to it, you can do it. Home inspectors, anyone that's affiliated with real estate agents, loan officers, home inspectors, movers, anyone that is affiliated with real estate is making money right now. Pretty much. I grew a 50,000 account to 76,000 in 3 months. Now that sounds reasonable because you started off with 50,000. You did not start off with $100. You did not start off with $500. So that's respectable. I can believe that because you didn't come up here and say, I turned $500 into 50,000. No. Because essentially this is one of the things that I got to teach you people. Like, one of the reasons I got the Divvy credit card is I had money in the bank. That's what they underwrote my Divvy credit card off of, the money that I had in the bank. That's what they did it. It was not, because essentially, let's go ahead in this perspective. We're talking about money in America. If you don't have any money, and let's say you get, like, there's this guy, it's called Mission Resale. He's selling furniture and he's talking about he's going to turn $500 into $1 million. You know how many years it's going to take him to do this? He's been at it for about a year and his account size is like $10,000. It's going to take him years to do it. Now, this is one of the things I'm gonna let y'all know. I applied for, because I need to talk about them. There's this website that's called Tiltful, and essentially they let you know who's offering loans. And there was someone that came up with like this $100,000 loan, which I applied for. So I'm going to be talking a lot about business credit because I know this is going to sound scary, but if you can somehow amass $50,000, you can do a lot with that in terms of business credit. My notary business, yeah, I've seen a lot of notaries. They are killing it right now. Yeah, because like I said, I'm not going to jump into Forex with both feet. Because one of the things I've learned, and I learned this lesson because when I was in the storage auction business, I started selling new furniture. I created my own website, and that business did not do as well as the resale business. I made a little money, but I was spending $5,000 to $10,000 in the average month in the storage auction business, and that would net out to $40,000 to $50,000 in sales. And new furniture, it just wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. So I'm not going to take money from this business to go crazy in Forex. I'm not doing that. I've learned that lesson. I wouldn't trade Forex for less than anything than 20,000. Good information, because essentially once I get the hang of it, because like I said, I got a lot to learn. I got a ton to learn. Pretty much. That's Darren Maple. That's what I do. Oh, there will be billionaires. We're going to have a trillionaire. We're going to have trillionaires. Notaries can make six figures, and notaries are real busy with all these mortgage refinancing, mortgages and stuff. They're real busy right now. Real busy. So one of the things I want you guys to understand, like, let's go to Johnson. He started with $50,000. Okay. And this is what I know about money. When you start with a lot of money, it's easier to make more money. It just is. And like I said, I'm probably, because I was going to probably start off with a $5,000 account just to start off once I started live trading. But, I'm not going to get into swing trading and all this other stuff. I'm going to focus on one thing at a time. This is one thing I need to teach you guys. Many of you, like, my YouTube business is kind of like automatic because I have YouTube money, I have sponsorship money, and the YouTube business probably 2021 should be doing 20 to 30,000 a month. And then the consulting business, when I advertise, it does well. And then the online course business is kind of automatic. So I'm not building all of these businesses with the same energy. I'm just not. And a lot of you want to start 5 new businesses at the same time. That's just too much, man. That's just too much. It's just too much. Everybody's starting the Forex. The velocity of money makes a huge difference, right? For real estate. This is the thing that so many people don't understand. Because, like, if you were in this position, you had your car was paid off, you didn't have a car payment, you had no debt, and you had a job that paid you like $2,500 a month, and you had $50,000 in the bank. During this global reset, you could turn that $50,000 into $300,000 to $400,000 if you knew what to do. I'm going to start with 5,000 because I've been studying this. All the guys who are making money have, serious account sizes. I mean, Rob, like I said, I don't know anything about Forex. I would be crazy and I would be exceptionally egotistical to start with a live account, which many people do because they like, I gotta get these pips. Pips pay my bills. And I will tell you, there's this chick on here called Humble Trader. And you know what she's making the most of her money off? She has this account. She has this website where people sign up for, it's like the automatic customer. She has a reoccurring revenue model. And based on her traffic, she's making about $200K a month, more money than she makes trading. But see, this is my plan. Once I learn how to trade, because at the moment, I don't know anything about trading. I'm not going to do a course about trading when I don't know how to trade. But once I get some success and I'm going to document it and I'm going to talk about it on Savage Finance, I'm going to create a trading course. And one thing I can do right now is teach people how to set up an LLC for their trading. Because most people just trade in their name and they're just it's just stupid. It's crazy. I'm not going to start trading with money until my demo account goes green. I'm not going to risk any money. So Merle, I'm not going to lose it. I seriously doubt it. Yes, her Humble Trader. Yes, she's making crazy money. So essentially, I'm going to demo trade maybe 2 or 3 months before I even start a live account. It just depends on how the demo trading goes, because even though I don't know anything about trading, and I know a lot about business, and I know a lot about money, and I know how to make money. And one of the things is I have many lessons I've learned because, like I said, I am not going to take my eye off of this business to get off into some other kind of business. I'm not doing that because essentially I'm in a really good position. I mean, I don't have normal people. I don't have normal people problems. I mean, okay. I'm living the millionaire lifestyle. I bought 2 cars in 1 week. 2 brand new cars in 1 week, and they were not cheap. Who does that? I'm not living the normal because I'm getting ready to start stunning a little bit on the Instagram and everything. One thing to remember, G isn't investing his mortgage money and trying to live off of it. Man, one of the things is I'm going to be very patient. I'm going to start off small. And one of the things I've seen here on YouTube is people like an honest perspective of starting with Forex. Yeah, I'm not going to be trading with live money no time soon. All right. Because see, let me go ahead and give you the power of creating a trading company. Let me just go ahead. Like, this is the holding company, Disrupt Asset Holding. And then under there, there's Savage Consulting Services, Cameron Media Arts, Mac Daddy Assets, Mac Daddy Trades. And then there probably will next year be 2 more operating companies under my holding company structure. Now, one of the things is, because you haven't done it, so I'm going to try to explain this as simply as possible. Once you create a company, okay, and it's making money, you can shift this around like chess pieces. Like essentially, I've got 2 holding companies. I have Cameron Strode Media, and I've got a lot of companies, and I'm getting ready to shuffle some chess pieces around because I'm getting ready to sell Mac Daddy Media to Disruptive Asset Holdings and set up a new checking account and all this other stuff because I got some ideals. But essentially, once you start playing this corporate game and understand how it works and understand the whole game, because I'm here to tell you that probably 2 years from now, once I learn how to trade, because I'm looking at a 2-year journey, and with my marketing skills, I will be able to create a Forex course that will get people real results. Because when I'm learning how to trade, I'm going to take notes and I'm going to document the process. And I'm going to write down certain things that are frustrating, because that's what I'm running into, being frustrated. That's what other people are going to run into, being frustrated. So in 2 years from now, I'll be doing a Forex trading course and I'll make money from that. Because essentially, as someone said here, I turn everything into a business. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But I just did this live stream to let y'all know that a lot of these folks are lying online about all these folks making 100. Like these 2 guys, it's like, yeah, we made 5 million. Really? You know, one person got caught faking screenshots. And this is why I post y'all, receipts. I post you pictures of the actual receipt. Amazon FBA can get good margins. What's your idea of a good margin? If you say 6%, I'm going to laugh at you, because I'm getting 90% margins and 95% margins. You remind me of the guys in the movie The Banker doing things only the big players know and do. Because essentially, like watch what happens to Savage Finance once I start talking about Forex. Watch. It's gonna glow up. I was on a date with this chick and she said he glowed up, and that's the new word. It's gonna glow up because once I start talking about Forex, and I'm gonna do Forex, I'm going to talk about how to set up a trading company. Because see, no one on YouTube is talking about setting up a trading company as an LLC. Google it. Setting up a trading company as LLC. You come up with like a handful of videos, and they're old. And that tells me something, because if these people were making as much money as they claim they were making, they would have a company. Because if they don't have a company, they getting hit like, I like him, Swaggy C. He's a Forex trader. He's never brought up anything about starting a company. And since he has a YouTube channel, if he developed a holding company strategy, and instead of starting independent companies and linked it all together, that condo he living in Los Angeles, he could be renting it to his company as a tax write-off. I guarantee you, he don't know this stuff. Guarantee it. Jesse Sanders, if Amazon FBA is working for you, that's awesome, because for most people, it don't work. It's not easy for Forex. Hey, I'm taking a free course. Synth Talks. I saw a Humble Trader girl. She has a thumbnail of her on the strip pole. That video blew her channel up. It's called A Day in the Life of a Trader. And she does pole dancing. She and another, it's this something with these Asian chicks in pole dancing, because there's another chick, Invest with Rose. She also does pole dancing. And she did that video, A Life of a Day Trader, and that video has like 4 million views. Her whole channel blew up on that. I got a lot to learn, Merle. I got a lot to learn. Earn Your Leisure is talked about what, Foxy Girl 646? What have they talked about? Darren Maple? No one's talking about it, man. All right. Vincent D. Eiffel, 90% of traders lose 90% of their investment in 90 days or less. It's not about placing orders. That's the 10%. The 9% that most innovators lack is trading psychology and risk management. Like I said, I am not going to start with a live account. I already know. That video was literally attraction marketing at its finest right there. Pretty much her channel blew up off of that video. That's what I'm looking for, man. Because essentially, I am a business owner and I already have a business owner mindset. Like I said, I've learned from, because the Forex stuff is just going to be for the YouTube channel. And until I become, essentially some people become obsessed with it. And this is one of the things I want you to notice. Next time you're watching someone talk about a Forex, look at their apartment they living in. Do they really look like they're making any money? Because there's some people who are making money in Forex and they've been able to replace their job income, which is good for them. So they're making like $3,000 to $4,000 a month for Forex. That's great. They ain't enough money for me. $3,000 to $4,000 a month? Are you crazy? They ain't enough for me. All right, appliance boot camp. Foxy Girl, trading as an LLC, the steps to qualify to be the type of trader. Check them out when you can. They talked about it once, okay? I'm going to actually create a course. But they aren't doing Forex stocks, futures, and options. They aren't doing Forex stocks, futures, and options trading. All right, Foxy Girl 646, since you heard about it, have you done it? Have you set up a trading company? And essentially, I can guarantee you without even watching their video, because I'm not going to say that they didn't do it, but I guarantee you the setup that I got is going to be way better. Because one of the things with the Internal Revenue Service, if you don't do it right, you don't get the benefits. But if you create a holding company structure and have other companies, and that's part of your holding company structure, you still get all those benefits. So you don't even have to qualify from the Internal Revenue Service. And also, I'm going to put this bug in your ear, and I know they didn't tell you this. If you leave the money in the company for a year and a day, you could take it out as dividends. Foxy Girl 646, they didn't tell you that, did they? I guarantee you they didn't tell you that. You know why they didn't tell you that? Because people are thirsty and they need that money now. I mean, how many of you could sit on $1 million for a year in one day and not touch it? How many of you can do that? I did that. My first $1.5 million year, I didn't touch the money. No, I don't follow Ricky. Go ahead, Foxy Girl. Did they? I'm trading for my brokerage and IRA, still learning, soaking everything. Foxy Girl, did they tell you that? I'm just saying, because I love when people tell me to go watch someone else's YouTube channel and, about something that I know a lot about because I've studied this. It's kind of funny. Once again, I suggest you set up your holding company in your home state, because when you go to create your Anchor banking account, you're going to be running into some problems. Like most of these Forex videos, this person's in a little cramped ass apartment. What did they do, Smooth? for you folks who said they did this, have you started a trading company? Because this is another issue that I see with people on the internet. People will take information and absorb it, but they won't apply it. Uncle G, why don't you place more than $1 million in a certain stock and collect the dividend? You know what? Because dividends, $1 million in stocks is only going to get you $38,000 to $50,000 a year in dividends. Like real estate is a better investment vehicle, in my opinion. I know the allure of buying a stock and doing nothing and just holding it is appealing, but I'm willing to do a little work and make way more money. Foxy Girl 646, that's what I'm saying. All right, they had a financial advisor. Did y'all take action? I'm asking because I keep hearing like, okay, go look at this. I don't have to look at it, I already know. Doing is better than talking, man. This is the whole thing, man. Because essentially, like, one of the things is that, like, I have a lot of good videos on this channel that are old, and because they're old, people don't watch them. It's sad. It's sad. No, I've not talked about Forex. I will be talking about Forex on Savage Finance on the Finance channel. But essentially, I just wanted to show you guys that folks are not making money like they pretend to be. They just ain't. Pretty much. $1 million of stock can be lost with a stock market crash. Pretty much. Like, essentially, I'm not going to put $1 million in dividend stock. I might do that to place my money in stock to prevent inflation from eroding the principal. Because because my plan is to get into real estate in 2021. But if Congress comes out with another forbearance package, this is just going to delay the housing crash to 22, 23, 24. So, I got some options. And also, let's just go ahead and talk about this. Active income is better than passive income. I dropped $200K on 2 cars, right? I'm going to have that money back before 2021. That's the power of active income. Yeah, you can, but you're going to have to, because here's the thing with setting up bank accounts. They have to verify that you, and many banks are not going to allow you to set up a bank account online. And many of the banks that allow you to set up a bank account online only allow you to set up one account. So for your corporate banking, you're going to need multiple accounts. So you're going to have to go with a commercial bank. Yeah, you got to be careful with Forex, man. You got to be real careful. There's a big active income is going to be 10 to 100 times greater than passive income or residual. Passive income and residual income, like residual income could be like you have royalties. You wrote a song like Sir Mix-a-Lot made $100 million off of Baby Got Back. So that was residual income or royalties. So this is why creating something and building something will make you more money than reselling something. Because as someone who used to be a reseller, I got some of my products dirt cheap, the storage auction business. Okay. And then when I bought new furniture, I had to pay a lot for that furniture. And it was hard to move it for triple the price I paid for it. It was very, very hard. But I want you guys to really go ahead and I'm going to put the link to this again in the chat. Ameritrade made us jump through a lot of hoops to trade as an LLC. We finally got it together in September. Hey, there's a lot you got to do. No, but it would be better to have an LLC. All right. So this is the website, the Internal Revenue's website. Once I mastered day trading, I traded with 100K and it was easy, but it was easy. Took well over 5 years of paper trading. Hey, there it is. There it is. All right. I'm going to see you guys later. Thank you for joining me. Once again, if you want to join the corporate toolbox, link is below. We got a lot of stuff that's going on. I will see you people later.